So you're thinking about moving to Lebanon, Tennessee, but you kind of want to know the good and the bad, the pros and the cons, what you should look out for, what you could expect, and maybe even what you should avoid when making that move to Lebanon, Tennessee. Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video today. Definitely stick around because we're going to cover the downsides as well. That's right. We're also going to talk about the cons, and we're going to get after it right now.
Hey, if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Nashville or surrounding areas, then hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Nashville. My name is Indru, my partner Tommy and I, we get daily calls and emails from people like you who are looking to make their move to Nashville, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Nashville. So as I mentioned today, or as Tommy mentioned, we are here actually right now in Cedar Tap in Lebanon. Really cute place, really nice place to get a really good drink and some really good food. You definitely want to be here in this place. But today we're going to cover all the pros and the cons of Lebanon. Now, to be honest, it was pretty challenging actually to come up with enough cons about Lebanon. But everybody wants to hear the bad news first, so let's start with con number one, which is traffic. And traffic here can be pretty challenging in the morning, especially around the Lebanon High School zone, but it's not too bad after all. However, it is more congested around rush hour, like I said, around school time. As well, if you would be commuting to Nashville for work or for whatever reason it is during rush hour, instead of like driving 35 minutes, it can easily add up to 45 minutes to an hour. Especially when you're on I-40, when you're just about to enter downtown area, it can get pretty congested right there. Now, on the flip side, which is really great about Lebanon, it has a train. So you can basically take a train right here from Lebanon all the way to downtown Nashville. So if you just want to escape the traffic, you just take the train. And which is really cool about the residents here in Lebanon, they get a one-way ticket for only $2. So I would definitely take that into consideration if you would commute. If you would have to commute towards downtown Nashville, I would definitely consider taking the train.
Yeah, absolutely. Which leads us to pro number one of Lebanon, which is livability. So there are several different factors that go into determining a city's livability, such as education, crime rate, cost of living, safety, all of those things. And when you're looking at the livability of Lebanon, Tennessee, there's the train we spoke about.
Yep.
It has a higher than average score. It's a great place to raise a family. It's a great place to be able to go outside safely and have fun. And there's a lot of things that you can enjoy, such as the town square that you can see on our full Lebanon tour. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out. But you've got the town square. You have a lot of options when it comes to different neighborhoods, parks, hiking, lots of stuff to do outdoors. There really is something for everyone in Lebanon, which is definitely a pro when you're considering moving here.
Yeah, and like Tommy said, which is another cool thing, is you're so close to Old Hickory Lake. So if you are the type of person that's into kayaking, fishing, go out on the lake with a boat, well, you're really, really close to Old Hickory Lake.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about con number two, which is a limited nightlife option here in Lebanon. Although Lebanon is growing, it is still a very small town. So you do have a couple of restaurants, a couple of bars. There's even the Cahoots Dance Hall and Honky Tonk. So if you're into line dancing, you definitely want to go there as well. But again, that's about it. So if you're really looking for that vibrant nightlife, you will probably have to go towards downtown Nashville, which is of course about a 35-minute drive away. So that's kind of like a con for Lebanon. If you're really into that vibrant nightlife, like I said, you probably will not find Lebanon the right spot for you.
All right, our second pro of living in Lebanon, Tennessee is going to be the cost of living. So when you're looking at moving to a new place, of course, cost of living is going to play a huge role in you making that decision, right? In Lebanon, it just seems like your dollar goes a little bit further. And so I hate to plug this again, but if you haven't seen our full tour of Lebanon, make sure you check that out. For anywhere from $600,000 to $800,000, you'll see just the size of the homes that you can purchase is going to be more than it would be in some other places around the Nashville area. When it comes to gas prices, grocery prices, transportation, all of those things, the cost of living is just a little bit less in Lebanon. Your dollar is going to go a little bit further. And so if that's something that you are considering and if that's important to you, definitely a pro of living in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Okay, so that takes us to con number 3. And like I said, unfortunately, this is actually the last con that I can come up with, because really, I think Lebanon doesn't really have that much cons. But still, I would say third con is Lebanon being a growing city with growing pains. What I mean with that, if we look at the stats since 2020, and now we're at the beginning of 2023, the city has grown at about 9.5%. So what we even saw in 2020, between 2020 and 2021, the building permits went up with about 50%. So that gives you an idea about how fast Lebanon is growing, and we still see it even today. There's a lot of new construction going on, new subdivisions, new apartments. It is daily growing. So there's also the redevelopment of the Western Plaza Shopping Center. So these are just a couple of examples to make you aware of how fast Lebanon is growing. And what we see, it's basically going on literally in every suburb around Nashville. But of course, what could go paired with that is that, of course, it will have an effect on certain areas if you want to go to in Lebanon, especially when it comes to like construction areas. It will, of course, affect traffic. So there will be a couple of growing pains that will be associated with Lebanon growing so fast. So it will be just a matter of the city keeping up with its growth. Especially, we see that the infrastructure right now is not always capable of handling more and more traffic, more and more people heading into town. So that will definitely be challenging for Lebanon.
Yeah, definitely a lot of growth going on, which, like we say all the time, could also be a pro. It means that people want to be in Lebanon, Tennessee, which leads me to another pro, and that's excellent schools, which is one reason people want to be here. So if you care about your children being in good schools with good ratings and great test scores, then this is the place to be. Couple that with a low crime rate, and it really doesn't get any better for raising a family. A lot of the schools in Lebanon have excellent facilities. The teachers are paid really well. The student to teacher ratio, which a lot of people don't think about, is really low, which means that instead of a teacher walking into a classroom of 50 children, the numbers are much smaller, which means that children are able to get more focused attention towards their needs and their learning and their development. Lebanon schools' A- rating actually puts them above a lot of the other school districts throughout the state. And even when you look across the country, the schools rank really well.
All right, so as I don't have another con anymore, I will just end this with another pro, which is job opportunities. And, I was talking about the con that Lebanon is growing. However, another pro is that there will be more job opportunities. Because we see as well that the unemployment rate here is below state average. So that gives us another sign that there's definitely a lot of job opportunities here in Lebanon. As well, you're still only, like I said, 35 minutes away from downtown Nashville. So also, if you would have a job opportunity there, it's still not that far from Nashville. All right, so this kind of like wraps it up, our pro and cons about Lebanon. So hopefully you have a better understanding about the good and the bad about potentially moving to Lebanon. So thanks for watching, and until next time, and hope to see you around town.